Welcome to Hualong Renewable Energy. We are venturing renewable energy industry for the sustainable of our future. Hualong Renewable Energy is wholly owned subsidiary of Jayakwasa Berhad. HRE has three divisions under its businesses, which are Energy Development, Operations and Maintenance, Engineering and Logistics. Currently owns two subsidiary companies, namely, HRE Kina Biopower and HRE Segner Bioenergy. Our mission is to develop power plant projects that would sustain the environment, bringing about positive growth to our country in the east and west of Malaysia. Our vision is to be a top company contributing in the consultancy of and development in green and renewable energy in the next 20 years. To achieve our mission and vision, we collaborate with our strategic partner KNM Renewable Energy, which is wholly subsidiary of KNM Group Berhad. KNM was formed in 1990 and was listed on Bursa Malaysia Securities in 2003. KNM own Rm 4.07 billion of asset and Rm 2.65 billion of shareholder fund. KNM have 175 years project experience history. KNM core business are project development, project management, engineering, manufacturing, and process engineering construction. KNM had diversified business into renewable energy, power, utilities, and petrochemical. KNM also ownership of the plant and do operation and maintenance services. KNM was established offices in 9 countries and delivering projects to over 60 countries. KNM employed about 5,000 employees worldwide. KNM accredited to ISO 9001, ISO 14001 and ISO 18001. KNM own 100% Borsig, which is Germany company, and FBM Hudson, which is Italian company and deal in Thailand. KNM consists of many industrial segments such as renewable energy, petrochemical, and strategic investment. KNM are EPCC, manufacturer, plant owner, and developer. Why we need waste-to-energy plant in Malaysia? 17 million ton of waste expected to be generated by Malaysia in the year 2020. We are expecting 80% reduction of waste disposed to landfill by year 2030. Through 20% recycling and 60% intermediate treatment such as waste-to-energy, composting and material recovery. Currently, our solid waste management was highly dependent on landfill. Many landfills are reaching design capacity, and we facing environmental challenges in closing landfill and land scarcity and opening new ones. Fast action taken required to move away from too dependent on landfill. We have lack of land for new landfill, and unsanitary landfill will increase methane and greenhouse gas emission, which can cause global warming. Here are statistics of waste capacity produced by each state. HRER welcomes the government's proposal and ready to fulfill government vision to establish at least one waste-to-energy plant for each state. Hualong Renewable Energy Focus Area. The video show the general concept of how waste-to-energy shall be applied in our real life.
As a society, we find resources and use them for manufacturing, and simply for living. From this comes waste. We can recycle some of it, but most of it usually ends up in landfills that can be poisonous for the surrounding community, and of course be a problem for coming generations. This is the traditional linear economy, but we can change to a circular economy, where energy is recycled in a loop and waste becomes a resource in itself. Waste-to-energy power plants are an integrated part of the circular economy. Waste-to-energy works by burning all the waste at high temperatures to destroy chemicals and remove them from the loop. This heat is then transformed into energy. The steam then drives a turbine that creates electricity and surplus heat, which can be used for district heating or cooling. In this process, we also recover clean water, valuable metals and construction materials from the waste. Waste-to-energy is simply the most ecologically sound way of turning residual waste into energy that goes straight back into our community. A big win-win for you and our planet.
HRE main focus is to treat municipal solid waste, MSW, at existing landfill acquired under KPKT and other landfill under state PBT. What HRE can offer are under scheme build, operate and transfer the plant. We can build plant for minimum size 600 ton per day, which can generate about 20 megawatt gross power. We proposing multi-stage great waste-to-energy system which is a proven technology in the world. We are able to cooperate with any well-known technology provider all around the world such as Doosan Lenius, Hitachi Zosen, Valmet, Mitsubishi Heavy Industry, Steinmuller Babcock. And Martin. We present the video on the waste-to-energy plan for better understanding on waste-to-energy concept.
Once trucks arrive, they are weighed and checked in before heading inside to the tipping hall. The waste is unloaded onto the tipping floor and visually inspected for any unacceptable items, which are removed for separate recycling or proper disposal. Waste is then pushed into a storage pit and thoroughly mixed before being loaded into bins, which we call hoppers, where it travels to the combustion chamber. The tipping and waste storage areas are maintained under negative air pressure to contain dust and odors. Once fed into the combustion chamber, waste is combusted at extremely high temperatures in a self-sustaining process at approximately 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. A typical hopper load is completely combusted in 1 to 2 hours. As waste is burned, the heat converts water in the steel tube-lined walls into steam that rises through boiler tubes where it is superheated. The steam turns a turbine-driven generator to produce electricity, or may sometimes be used directly for heating or industrial processes. The electricity produced by the turbine generator is exported to local utilities for use in homes and businesses. Each ton of waste can generate 550 to 700 kilowatt hours of electricity. Steam from the process is condensed back into water and returned to the boiler tubes, making it an efficient, closed-loop system. After combustion, the volume of waste is reduced by 90%, leaving an inert ash and metal. Remaining ash is beneficially reused or landfilled as non-hazardous waste. Ferrous metals such as iron and steel are recovered using a rotating drum magnet, and non-ferrous metals like aluminum and copper are separated by an eddy current system. Collected metal is sold to be made into new products. State-of-the-art air pollution control equipment ensures that emissions are well below limits to be fully protective of human health and the environment. We neutralize acid gases using lime in a scrubber reactor and inject activated carbon for heavy metal control. We control emissions of particulate matter primarily through a bag house, which employs thousands of fabric filter bags. All flue gas must pass through the bags before exiting through the stack. Throughout this process, the control room closely monitors emissions through a real-time continuous emission monitoring system, controls steam flow, and a number of other automated systems inside the facility.
HRE will not compromise with emission requirement and we will comply with the stringent EU emission requirement. Project reference: Peterborough Green Energy Project is K&M-owned plant for production of 80 megawatt power. K&M are EPCC contractor for our client Quality Alam. This is the first Malaysia scheduled waste-to-energy plant. K&M work together with Hitachi Zosen as an EPCC contractor for Sipark Berhad. This is the Malaysia first commercial-scale municipal solid waste-to-energy plant project. Other waste-to-energy project all around the world which K&M involve as equipment supplier: Gilbiasco, Switzerland; Zurich, Switzerland; Mainz, Germany; Stuttgart, Germany; Fernwarm Wien, Vienna. K&M owned bioethanol plant Phase 1. K&M owned bioethanol plant Phase 2. HRE owned Segner Bioenergy Biomass to Energy Power Plant at Sandakan, Sabah with capacity 11.5 MW. HRE owned Kina Biopower Biomass to Energy Power Plant at Sandakan, Sabah with capacity 11.5 MW. Thank you. We hope the sunshine will brighten up our waste management system for our better future.